Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is something special. I want you to pause for a second and think, have you ever checked the small coins lying around in your pocket or drawer? Because today we're talking about two Canadian 5-cent coins, one from 1986 and one from 1991, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what they're made of, how to check their condition, whether they have mint marks, and how much they could be worth today. Let's start with the 1986 Canadian 5-cent coin. This coin comes from a time when Canada was still using solid nickel to make its 5-cent pieces. On one side, you'll see Queen Elizabeth II, and on the reverse, the famous Canadian beaver sitting on a log, a design that has become iconic around the world. The 1986 nickel is made from nearly pure nickel, which gives it a heavier feel compared to modern coins. If you place it near a magnet, it will react strongly, which is one easy way to confirm the material. These coins were produced before Canada switched to plated steel in the year 2000, so composition alone makes them interesting to collectors. Now let's talk about condition. Condition is one of the most important factors when it comes to coin value. If your 1986 nickel has heavy wear, smooth details, or scratches, it's considered circulated. Look closely at the beaver's fur. If the details are mostly flat, that's a sign of wear. Check the rim and the date as well. A coin with sharp details, clean surfaces, and original shine is considered higher grade and much more desirable. When it comes to mint marks, the 1986 Canadian 5-cent coin does not have one. All coins from this year were struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, and mint marks were not used on circulation nickels at that time. That means value depends almost entirely on condition, not on where it was made. In terms of value, a heavily circulated 1986 nickel is usually worth face value, or slightly more. Coins in fine to very fine condition may bring a small premium. However, uncirculated examples with full luster can be worth several dollars, and high-grade mint state coins can reach even higher prices among collectors. Now let's move on to the 1991 Canadian 5-cent coin. At first glance, it looks very similar to the 1986 version. The same beaver design is present, and Queen Elizabeth II still appears on the obverse. But this coin represents one of the final years before major changes in Canadian coin production. Just like the 1986 nickel, the 1991 5-cent coin is also made of pure nickel. It has the same weight, the same magnetic properties, and the same solid feel. This makes both coins part of an important era in Canadian coinage history. Condition matters just as much here. Check for surface wear, scratches, and dullness. If the coin still has its original shine and crisp details, especially on the beaver and the date, it may fall into a higher grade category. Coins that were never circulated are always more valuable. Once again, there are no mint marks on the 1991 Canadian nickel. All were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, and there are no major known varieties for this year. Any extra value usually comes from exceptional condition or unusual mint errors like off-center strikes or die cracks. As for value, circulated 1991 nickels are very common and usually worth close to face value. Coins in better condition may be worth a bit more, while uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars depending on demand and grade. High-quality specimens are especially attractive to collectors building full-date sets. So what's the total value if you have both coins? If they're well worn, the combined value may not seem impressive. But if you have clean, sharp, uncirculated examples of both the 1986 and 1991 Canadian 5-cent coins, together they can represent a nice collectible pair from Canada's solid nickel era. The real takeaway here is this: never underestimate small change. Even common coins can become valuable depending on condition, material, and collector demand. So before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might be holding a small piece of history right in your hand. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy learning about coins like these, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which coin you want covered next.